This podcast is being recorded and produced on Gadigal land.
We pay our respects to the traditional custodians of this country and elders past, present.
We extend our respect to any First Nations, Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people joining us today.
Always was, always will be Aboriginal land.
I'm Brittney Saunders.
And I'm alright, hey, and this is High Scrollers, the podcast version of your favourite group chat.
If it's of your favourite group chat, let's keep it going, Matt. If it's trending, going viral, or has you gripped, we're talking about it.
Coming up on this episode, the vibes are not as high as they are in this intro. We want to preface this by saying this is a pretty heavy episode. We do talk about a lot of death in this episode. There's some topics that are a bit morbid and, you know, conspiracy theories, and we get a bit deep.
So this is your little trigger warning.
This is your little trigger warning, your little content warning.
If you don't like talking about death, which I do, just giving you a heads up.
Yeah, just giving you a heads up. There is some fun talk at the start as well, though. I've been on a new personal hygiene journey that I take you through.
Yes.
And Brittney's really sick of people saying a particular thing on the internet, but I think she's just overreacting.
I am not.
You can all be the judge of that, but strap in for this episode, and another reminder that this one's a little bit more full on and a little bit less fun than usual. So deal me in, doll, let's go.
I saw a video, Matt, that I thought I got to share with you first thing this morning.
Okay, here we go. I'm excited.
I've seen this before, and I'm not actually going to share the video because I didn't fucking save it, but I remember what she said, okay? And no shame to this creator. I've seen people say this a million times. It was like a vlog or whatever on TikTok, and she started the vlog by saying, I just got home from gym.
Oh, yeah? Like, no, the gym?
Yeah. And I've noticed that some people say this. I just got home from gym. Now I'm making breakfast. You know, it was the start of a vlog, and it just triggered me because I hate when people say that. But then it got me thinking, because I would say I just got home from the gym.
Right, okay.
But then I started thinking, why do people say I just got home from gym? I just got done at gym.
I've never even heard anyone say that.
Really? I have. People say it. And then it got me thinking, like, why would they say that? Well, you would just say, I just got home from Aldi. I just got home from... See, but then it's different. I just got home from the bank. You would never say, I just got home from bank, but you would say, I just got home from Aldi. I just got home from the shops. You would never say, I just got home from shops. So why do people say, I just got home from gym?
I don't know.
I don't like it.
You've stumped me already.
So people genuinely say, I just got home from gym.
Oh.
But then you would say, I just got home from Aldi. You don't say, I just got home from the Aldi.
Yeah. Maybe I would say, I just got home from going to Aldi, though, is what I would say.
Well, maybe it's because gym isn't a brand name, which is why I think you need to say the gym.
I feel like you just need to calm down.
But you could say, I just got home from Anytime Fitness. You could say that because it's a name. But I think the fact that it pisses me off is that it's gym. It's not Aldi. It's not Planet Fitness. It's I just got home from gym. You need to say the gym.
And who's gym?
Exactly. So this is just my call out to any of you gym goers out there that say, I just got done with gym or I just got home from gym. You're saying it fucking wrong.
Oh. And as two people who don't go to the gym.
Yeah.
You know, who are we to judge?
We are the people to judge.
You know what's wild is lately I have been considering joining a gym. Because I'm like, just something different. I'm getting a bit over the walking. It's cold now. It's winter. Yeah, I've only really walked during warmer months. And I love my walking.
Oh, sorry. I keep trying to butt in there.
Go for it. You've got the floor.
I joined like a month or two ago, and then I went for a couple of weeks, and then I fell off, and now I need to go back. And now I'm in that phase where it's like too hard to get back into it. But I better because like I'm paying for it. But remember, I was only going just for Pilates, like reformer.
That's right, yeah.
But I don't think I'll ever be like a normal gym person, like going gym and lifting weights.
You're not going to go gym?
No, I'm not going gym.
The way it used to be, like, my be-all and end-all, like, my life would revolve around the gym. I think that's what makes me hesitant, and as I don't want to be...
like that again?
Be like that again. And I'm like, the thing about the gym is I'm like, I don't
Wait, did you say the gym or is it just gym?
The gym. Did I say the gym?
Yes.
What did I say?
You said it the correct way.
Yeah, so...
If any of you, by the way, if any of you out there say, I just got home from gym, please DM us somewhere and tell us why you say it that way.
I don't
Tell us why you say it that way.
Yeah, you are really reading into that a lot, aren't you?
Well,
I can't believe that set you off.
It's so wrong.
You're off your rocker, love.
I am.
Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know whether it'd be worth it for me because I don't really... What am I doing? Lifting weights. Boring. Don't really want to.
I've said it before. I wish I could be that person.
Yes,
I see the girlies like building their booties and fucking lifting the leg with the weights on their ankles. Like, I wish that could be me. That's never going to be me because I'm not fucking interested in that.
Yeah.
But like, I wish I was. Like, I wish that was a genuine interest of mine. Like, I like when you see like a girl and she's like got really toned calves and you can tell that she like puts effort into like building those muscles. Like, I wish that could be me, but it can't because I'm not interested in that, but I wish I was.
I just love as well how there are people who just use the gym and then there's people who like use the gym. And like, I remember like for me, I think I had one shower at the gym in my entire life. Like, I was like, I can't shower at a gym. I'm not doing the whole change room and the locker room. And then they've got gyms with like the hair dryers and everything like that. And people would, you know, do the entire routine at the gym. I could never do that. I was that person who was like, I can't stand there and use the hairdryer. I'm going home and having a shower and then like working that into my routine.
There's this one, I don't know the name of it. Maybe we can look it up. But in Brisbane, there's this new world-class gym. Have you seen it?
No.
It's like ridiculously expensive. Like, it may as well be yeah, this is it. Okay. Total Fusion Platinum, Brisbane's new $80 million wellness place. It's got fucking trees in the middle of it. Like, if you scroll up, there's a photo there. Look at those trees in the middle of the gym. And it's like got
cryo machines,
LED machine, ice fucking machine, pool. It's like a fancy hotel. I feel like if that was in Newey, which it never would be because look at it. I'd fucking go there.
Yeah, true. Well, when I first moved to Sydney, I was like, I'm going to change my life. And, you know, I signed up to Virgin Active.
And that's pretty nice too. Are we able to look up the price of a membership for this place as well?
For Total Fusion?
Yeah.
I did Virgin Active and it lasted maybe 10 weeks and then cancelled because I was like, why am I paying so much money? It was so much money I have looked at a couple gyms though, but a lot of them don't want to put their membership prices online because they want you in the door or on the phone. Because if they all put their memberships online, everyone would just go to the cheapest one, I guess.
Yeah, true. There's a Reddit thread here for the Total Fusion gym because maybe they don't have their prices listed. $50 to $7 a fortnight, $40 to $70 a week, and $74 a fortnight. I feel like I thought it was more. From what I saw, maybe they're the cheapest ones, but it's like hundreds of dollars a week for this.
Here's the thing, like for some people, that could be a tax write-off, right? If you're a personal trainer and you go to that gym, like you could claim that on tax. So maybe it's a business expense to have the expensive one. I don't know. Well, if you really take your health that seriously, you know, it would be really beneficial, I guess.
I feel like I'd want to go to this Total Fusion gym just to say that I fucking go there.
It does look nice.
Oh, it looks like it's 5-star hotel.
Well, that's why I did Virgin Active because I thought, you know, because they had like the swimming pool, the sauna, they had all the things. They had a rock climbing wall. And I was like, can't wait to use all that. What do you think I did? I was paying $75 a week or whatever it was to walk on the treadmill. Like,
that would be me.
I just didn't really use it to its full advantage. So then I cancelled and I've had to cancel a few gyms in my life and they don't want you to leave, do they? Even when it's like there's no... Because when the one that I was on the Central Coast and then when I moved to Sydney, I had to cancel and they were like trying to say, don't you reckon you could just still come up? And I'm going, I'm not driving an hour and a half on the freeway to come walk on a treadmill, darling. Like, please just cancel my membership. Seriously. And let's get on with it.
It's saying here that the gym, while the membership cost is a little higher than your typical gym, starting at $55 a week, I feel like that's a normal price for a gym.
Really? $55 a week?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they must have gone up because on the coast I was paying $6.95.
Yeah, there is ones like that, but I feel like for what that is, like there's a fucking snow room that you can go into.
I think I paid $11.95 at Planet Fitness, and I loved it at the time because you could include it in your membership was obviously the gym. But then there were no classes from memory. There were originally, but then they changed the structure to be more American and there were no classes. But they had like hydro massages and massage chairs and free fake tanning included. And I got a fake tan like twice. That's the only time I've ever fake tanned was twice there. And all of that included. And I think that's still included in the membership. It might be more expensive these days, but... Yeah.
I do a
was
bit of girl
loving it.
math though. So I don't believe that place is $55. For any of you that are in Brisbane, can you give us the tea, please? Is it really $55? Because I swear it was a lot more at Total Fusion Gym. But I do a bit of girl math. So I just say if it is $55 a week, which is a lot, but if you go 5 times, it's $10 every time you go. And I feel like that's not so bad. But when
I reckon it is.
when gyms are $10 a week, then obviously, yeah, 55 is a lot more.
Yeah.
But I need
Depends
to know.
what they got on offer.
Total Fusion, there's no pricing on their website.
No.
That's fucking shady, isn't it?
You know what? Speaking of like working out and whatnot, a couple months ago, this is a random tangent, but I made the switch to natural deodorant. Do you have natural deodorant, or what do you wear?
No, but I've wanted to try it, but I haven't taken that plunge because all I hear is that it makes you fucking reek.
Okay, so this is what is the most surprising thing about the whole thing. I have not experienced any of that.
Do you want to do a shout out to the brand that you're using?
So the first brand that I used was, I think, called Salt and Stone, and I only started using it because I got it in a goodie bag after an event.
Yeah.
And then I also had a couple weeks preparing for my live shows and thought, well, now is the perfect time to kind of do this transition, because I was like, I feel like I've been using spray deodorant with aluminium in it for years and years, and like my whole life. So I was like, it might be a detox process. So I was really scared about how stinky the process would be. A week in, I was like, oh, this is like amazing. There's been no detox process, but maybe I need to wait like 3-4 weeks for it to really kick in. It's now been a couple months. I haven't experienced that at all.
What one are you using in now?
So now I'm using Wild, the one that all the influencers.
WYLD. Okay, I might need to try it because I'm too scared, but I want to because I keep seeing videos pop up on TikTok about how bad deodorant actually is for us. And I've been using the same deodorant my whole life, and I swear by it. My one that I use is the Dove Original, like, you know, the white with the blue roll on. Like, that's just my go-to.
Right.
But I have heard...
Does roll on have like aluminium in it? Because
Yeah,
that's the thing that I wanted to like get out of my
I'm pretty
skin.
sure it does, yeah.
Okay.
I saw a TikTok the other day of a naturopath in a shopping like aisle going through what ones are bad and what ones are good, and they held up like the Dove one. I was like, oh shit, that's me.
Well, I will say it definitely doesn't last as long, so I do find I need to reapply.
Okay.
Like with the spray ones, I could go all day without reapplying deodorant and I wouldn't smell, whereas now it's like 5-6 hours and I'm like, it's a bit pongy. I could do a...
How fucking weird is it that our armpits smell? Like, what the fuck? Why? Like, behind... My knees don't smell. Is it because our arms are shut and it's down all day? Like, it's just yeah.
But I think the other thing as well is I have noticed that I don't smell if I don't wear deodorant. And I'm not going out and not wearing deodorant, but I mean, like, if I wake up and I just spend the day at home and I'm doing things around the house, I haven't put deodorant on, but I don't smell.
Could it be our deodorants that are making us smell?
I've got no idea, but all I wanted to say with this, the reason I brought this up is because I've switched to natural deodorant and the process actually was not stinky. There was no detox process. There was literally nothing to worry about. And sometimes I only wear the deodorant and no perfume or fragrance, cologne, whatever, and people compliment like the way that I smell.
And you're like, it's my armpits.
Literally. So it's really changed my life.
Okay.
And
everyone get out there and try it. I'm going to try it too.
Yeah, I'm happy with the natural deodorant. So that's my well, it's not a royal flush, but it's my favourite thing of the week or the last couple months that I've done for myself.
I love it.
Is switch to natural deodorant. So highly recommend.
Kicking things off with our royal flush, Matt, and I have got my royal flush, which literally has just landed in our DMs.
Okay, what is it?
So a couple of episodes ago, my royal flush of the week was Basic Income Walk, who I still don't know his name. Dan. Okay, Dan, love you. Those of you, if you don't listen closely enough, my royal flush was this guy named Dan who is on TikTok and Instagram, and he's walking from the southernmost point of Australia up to the top, and it's taking him 6 months. Anyway, he was my royal flush, and then on his walk, we thought he fell off a cliff, but he actually just got stuck and then had to get rescued anyway. Why are you laughing, Matt?
We thought he fell off a cliff, the way you just casually said that.
Anyway, he's fine and he's continuing his walk, and he's actually in Sydney now. By the time this is out, he's probably even further than Sydney. He might be in Newey, who knows. Well, he has sent us a video. Why do you have no reaction to that?
Oh, sorry. I'm trying to look for my royal flush of the week.
Okay, so
what did he say?
let's play the video.
Okay.
G'day Britt and Matt, how we doing? It's Daniel from Basic Income Walk. And I just want to say thanks for the high praise and for the concern. It was great to hear the live reaction to the Nasho incident. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to Tiff and Kim for sending me that clip. I've honestly listened to it like 15 times and I wish I was exaggerating. But anyway, I just want to let you know I'm okay, sort of back on my feet. I got my gear back together thanks to some donations from some really generous followers. And I'll definitely be sticking to the path from now on.
Oh, we'll insert the audio so it sounds a bit better because this iPhone is on its fucking last legs. What the hell? Like, I can't even hear that. Well, that is my absolute royal flush of the week. The fact that he said he listened to this part of our podcast like 15 times and our live reaction to the news.
That is so fun. I love that.
I literally was watching his videos last night. He's like back to posting as usual. So
nice.
Slay Dan, and thank you to Tiff and Kim, I think he said, who actually sent him our podcast.
Obsessed with that. Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
I love that. Wonder if he wears natural deodorant. Anyway, I have one of those Reddit things as my royal flush
Oh, yeah?
of the week. You know how I said I saw on TikTok, like, people post the Reddit thread and then some of the responses. I did a similar royal flush like this, a few months ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got one that's really juicy.
Okay.
And I thought we could talk about. So the Reddit thread was, what's your secret that could literally ruin your life if it came out?
Oh, shit.
And then there's all screenshots from people's responses. Some of the responses are...
What?
Like, I'll start with a funny one. I don't know how this secret would ruin your life, but anyway. I once took a shit in the bathtub and then realising what a horrible mistake I'd made, I flung poo into a random hole in the wall.
What?
My parents renovated and patched up the hole, so now there is a 15-year-old turd in between the bathroom and kitchen wall of my childhood home.
That wouldn't ruin his life if it came.
That wouldn't ruin his life, but that's probably a funny one. This one is, everyone thinks I have a good job and roommates, but I've been homeless and a sex worker for over a year. That wouldn't ruin your life, would it?
I don't know.
Claim that,
Yeah.
This one's creepy. I once helped out my female friend's family by taking care of their cat for a week, and every day for that week I would go over there and snoop around their house. I found my friend's diary and proceeded to read the entire thing, and I used this information to get her to like me, and she is currently my wife.
No.
I hate
See,
men.
that would ruin his life if that came out. That's
Yeah.
like life ruining.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Reading someone's diary? Yuck.
Yeah, no.
Cannot imagine.
If you just so happen to stumble across someone's journal or diary by accident, you're fucking shutting that thing as soon as you read that first sentence and you realise what it is.
Yeah.
Like, respectfully, you're not reading someone's fucking diary.
That is wild. But this one is probably my favourite, and the one, well, not my favourite, but the one that like got me the most, because I was like, wow, this actually is crazy, because obviously there are many missing people in the world. People go missing all the time, and there are lots of people where like their cases have never been solved. And I know of this guy that was from the similar area to me, and his story has always fascinated me because he just disappeared literally without a trace, and there is no evidence and no one knows anything, and he's still missing to this day and has been missing for years, and no one knows where this guy is. And because he's like around my age and we had mutual friends and stuff like that, like the story has always been, it's in the back of my mind. I think about it all the time, like, where is this guy? And this is a confession that someone wrote on the Reddit thread. It says, I cut off all contact with everyone that I know and moved to Kenya. I now have a fake name and a fake background and have made it appear to my family that I died on a boat trip in the Pacific. I am technically dead in the United States. That blew my mind. I was like, imagine.
How, like, so obviously, like, if you really wanted to, you could just disappear off the face of the earth if you're moving to another country. But, like, for example, if I wanted to do that, let's say, like, I just had enough of this life and everyone in it, I'm going to go move overseas and have a new identity. Mm-hmm. How do you get to the other country without using your passport?
Well, that's what I have questions for about this one in particular.
Like, clearly you can just move to any country that you want.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you could, like, you could fly to a country and yeah, that would be on your records with your passport. But then if you just country hopped through countries that are like near each other without having to then fly again, like, you could quite literally disappear.
Yeah, I don't know how. See, I've never actually done that. I've never gone from
Neither.
country to country landlocked.
But
I've only ever
even
flown.
then, do you have to still show your passport at borders and stuff?
Yeah,
So that's like, I'm
surely.
like, so they must be going somewhere, getting a fake fucking passport and everything, like going to that length.
Or going in illegally.
Yeah.
Just walking through.
That's dedication to fucking ditching everyone in your life.
But the first thing that came, because one of the first things that one of my friends said when that boy went missing, my friend was like, but some people just do that. Some people just get up and uproot their whole life and start fresh somewhere else. And I couldn't fathom that. Like, I was like,
That's wild to think that you can do that. Like, if you genuinely wanted to and
Right?
you knew had a plan, you could just do that.
I don't think I could. I think I'd have to tell everyone first. Be like, sorry, I'm actually going, and I'm actually going to change everything about myself. So love you all. We'll have a going away party, and then I'll disappear, and you'll never hear from me again.
You could do that if you wanted to.
Which is wild to
Yeah.
me. But it just makes me so sad that that person has a family who thinks that they are dead from a boating accident or whatever he said or they said.
Yeah.
Blows my mind.
Me too.
So, although maybe not my favourite thing on the internet this week, it's definitely the thing that captivated me the most.
Love
So
it.
it still warrants being my royal flush.
Here's a question for you, Matt.
Uh-huh.
Would you ever get frozen
Frozen?
Coke?
Yeah. Love a fro Coke.
No, would you, when you die,
Uh,
ever get your body
body.
frozen in a chamber because maybe science could bring you back later on down the track?
I think that's not how it works. I think if you're dead and you get frozen, you wouldn't get frozen.
Maybe we need to look more into this because I saw this video
Yeah.
on TikTok and the first Australian has been frozen.
Yes, you sent this to me.
Yeah, but I think they had to, like, I don't think they're getting frozen to death.
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
Yeah, did you watch the full video? They explained the whole process.
Oh, I maybe
Yeah.
missed that bit. I thought they, like, just died and they're freezing their body in hopes that they can be brought back one day.
No, they were.
They chose to be frozen to death.
Yes, in the name of science, they have chosen to be frozen to death.
Right.
And they had a goodbye to all their friends and family because obviously the whole thing is.
Do you have to be, like, terminally ill to do this,
No,
though? What?
No, it's voluntary. I looked into it because this sort of stuff blows my mind. Right. So if you haven't heard, as Britt said, the first Australian has been frozen in the hopes that they will be able in the future to be resurrected by science and live, a couple hundred years in the future, right?
That would be wild. Can you imagine if, like, science... I'm surprised. You know what? I'm going to go out and say I'm surprised this hasn't already happened and that it's, like, a full fucking thing with how far technology is going. Like, I know Elon Musk is really hated, so I just have to do that little disclaimer. But did you see that chip thing that he's created that you put it inside a human and they're trying to do it so that people who have their limbs are no longer in use can become usable again?
Yeah.
And a guy got the chip put into him and he's paralyzed, but he can use his mind now and move a cursor on a screen.
What?
Using his mind because of Elon Musk's chip. And there's a full video, look it up. And he's sitting there and there's like a computer screen in front of him and the mouse is moving across and clicking on stuff. And he's going, I'm literally controlling this with my mind.
Wow.
So I think, like, I believe in this fucking frozen to death shit to be brought back later. And how wild would that be to come back in like 200 years? How different the world would be.
Right.
And you're still stuck in 2024.
Right. I see. I don't think I could get frozen because I think that would be the worst part about it. It's just missing 200 years and then stumbling into a reality that you are not in any way. Because imagine 200 years ago to now. Imagine someone from Britain in 200 years ago, let's say, getting unfrozen today. You would lose your fucking mind.
I reckon they'd almost have to fully set these people up for success in the future, and maybe they are unfrozen into, maybe they've got like suburbs or cities or states or whatever where you get reborn back into kind of thing, and then you're slowly introduced to the world, because it would be such a shock to fast forward 200 years. But like, with how crazy and wild science is and technology and AI and all this shit, like, I'm surprised. Like, I will not be surprised if this becomes a full-on thing, and I'll be surprised maybe not in our lifetime, but in the future if they can figure out a way to make humans live fucking forever.
Yeah.
Like, by turning us into fucking robots or AI or whatever it is. I will not be surprised because technology is wild.
Would you opt in for that? Living forever? I wouldn't.
I'd
Let me
want
tap
to
out,
I'd
baby.
wanna say,
Unless I could terminate at any time and say, I've had enough, see you later.
yeah, that's the tricky thing because, like, you would want to say yes to living forever because no one really wants their life to end, but it's like a guarantee for all of us. But when you actually think about it, can you imagine living forever? Like, it would never fucking end. Like, you are going about your day to day forever.
Yeah. And
Anyone
also,
would
do you
get
just
over it.
keep getting older and older? Because I think if they could slow down the aging
What
process.
if you could stay this age forever?
Oh, see, I'm already geriatric though in some parts of my body. Like, look at all the issues I've already had this year, and
What if they could make you a superhuman and, like, you never got disease? But then even then, like, wouldn't you get over it? Especially if you're just still living the day to day and, like, working and living.
Because that's the thing, I think, with inflation. Imagine in 200 years how much everything's going to cost.
Exactly,
you know?
right. Surely you get fucking over
Yeah.
it. Even though, like, it fucking is so shit that we all die. I know I'm going down this hole. It makes fucking sense.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
Like, life is short and way too short for some. But, like, could we really live forever?
I guess I've never really thought about that.
I think about this shit all the time. It's what keeps me up at night.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I try not to think about death. I just
Really?
hope that whatever way I die is not painful.
Yeah, me
you know?
too. And see, this really gets me going, Matt, because I will be laying in bed with AJ and I look at him and look at me and I'm like, one day we are definitely going to be dead. One day I'm either going to have to go to his funeral or he's going to have to go to mine. And that is a guarantee for all of us.
Unless you die together.
That would be the best. You know what I mean, though? Like, it's a guarantee. And this is why I just have this mentality of do whatever the fuck you want in life. And, like, who gives a fuck? Because today is it.
Mm-hmm.
We're all definitely going to die one day.
Wow, someone's seen Dancing Queen.
We literally are, though. And that's like a guarantee. Doesn't matter who you are. Death doesn't fucking discriminate.
Yeah.
You're definitely going to die. And that's fucked.
So would you freeze yourself to death to hopefully come back later? Because I'm assuming then when they resurrect you, you won't be living for very long.
I don't know. It fucking depends, yeah.
This is the other thing. Like,
It's you don't know the outcome. It's not a guarantee. You know, like, I feel like when I die, I definitely want to donate all my organs. Like, because why do I need them? But then if you're doing this frozen thing, you're not donating your organs. But you could be saving someone else's life by donating your organs, which you definitely don't need once you're dead.
But also, if they're freezing the organs, could the organs be used at a later date too? Even if they can't be brought back. I'll give you the details from that video that you sent me. So basically this is how it works if you're curious, scrollers. So the bodies are put into cooling chambers at minus 190 degrees Celsius. And those cooling chambers are actually full of liquid nitrogen. And so they, the death is a 4-day process.
What?
So they're out of it. They get, they go to sleep, but the death actually takes place it takes 4 days for the body to actually die.
A movie in the future is going to come out about this shit and how wrong it all went.
Right?
Yeah.
So then after they've been cooled to minus 190 degrees, which I'm assuming is frozen, but I don't know. But it's nitrogen, so maybe nitrogen doesn't freeze. I don't know how that works. But anyway, the body is then transported into a vacuum-sealed cryostat. And then I said 4 days. It actually takes 6 days to freeze them completely and the death process to happen. So the reason they think this is possible is because they've done it with frogs and fish. That frogs and fish have been frozen and unfrozen and fully come back to life.
How are we anything like fish, though?
Well, I don't know. I mean, we all have things that are
Similar.
I mean, frogs and humans are probably really close in some aspects. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Have you heard that thing, by the way, that it's like you're either a frog or a rat?
Yes. I reckon, what are you?
I think I'm a rat.
Oh, really? Am I giving rat? I think I'm rat.
I feel like you could be
I'm rat.
either. I think you might be more rat, but
Yeah.
I could see maybe frog. Ellie is...
Giving frog.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're frog.
You're giving frog, Ellie. I reckon you're... Can you lean to the side so I can take a good look at your face, please, Brittney? No, like lean to the side away from the microphone.
I'm rat for sure.
Oh, yeah, it is giving rat. I'm giving rat too. And I don't think it's like one's worse than the other. I think it's just like...
No, they're equal. And if any of
Oh,
you
no,
don't...
Ellie, I just glanced over at you. Maybe you are rat.
For any of you that don't know what we're talking about, by the way, humans either look like a rog or a frat.
A rog. A rog or a frat. No.
A frog or a rat. A frog or a frat.
A frog or a frat. That's the best thing you've ever said.
Fucking hell, I'm done. Put me in the fucking frozen cryo
Literally, I'm
stat.
freezing ya. So
Anyway, back to this.
Scientists say it's never going to be possible. Like the scientists who are actually there today being scientists right now in Australia are like, this is the dumbest thing ever and it will not work ever not in our lifetime, not in any lifetime. They believe that it will never work. So they think it's silly. But these people who are freezing these people, they think it's going to work. 50 Australians have signed up to take part in this process. They've obviously only frozen one so far. It was a success, apparently. I don't know how they measure that success, but that's how it worked. 50 Australians have signed up to do it. It also costs $150,000 to actually do the process. So you've got to be like, hello, I'd like to risk coming back to life later. I know I might die. Also, here's $150,000 to do this process.
Look, I want to say I want to get behind it because I'm all for that, like technology and AI and robots and all this shit. But I don't think I'm going to spend $150,000 to do that, especially because that's the way that you're ending your life, kind of thing. Like it'd be different maybe if you die of old age or whatever, then they freeze you because then you wouldn't know. But like going through this whole thing sounds traumatic.
I feel like if I'm 95 and I die from old age and then some motherfucker brings me back 5 years later and unfreezes me and goes, "Oh, welcome back," I'd go, "Kill me again, love. I've had enough." Like, I'm like at the point where I'm like, this is what I mean. Like, I wish you could like tap out painlessly. You know, I feel like once you get to a certain age, you just kind of like, as bad as it sounds, you're just waiting to die. Really, you get to a point where, you know, your body might be so frail and you can't really like, you can't even go to the shops without maybe being in pain.
You can't go to the toilet. You can't shower.
Yeah.
It's sad.
And you just get to that point. Like, I'd love to be like, all right, I think this is it for me. I'm no longer able to travel. I'm no longer able to do anything. Blah blah blah. I'd like to just press the button.
Well, that's like in South Australia, is it that assisted euthanasia became legal?
Yeah, I think in New South Wales we may have passed it as well. I know Alex Greenwich was trying to get that passed, and I'm pretty sure we did.
See, I'm all for that because I always think.
Oh, there you go. Voluntary assisted dying is legal in all Australian states. We've just Googled.
It is available in limited circumstances to people who meet the eligibility criteria discussed. Yeah. I'm all for that. Like, especially if you are at that stage in life where you are just essentially like waiting around to die, like as sad and grim as that is. We're talking about some grim things on this.
I know. This episode's heavy. Maybe we need a trigger warning at the start. But what I will say about this is you have to have... as it says, there's an eligibility criteria. You can't just walk in and be like, please let it happen. Like, you need to already have a terminal illness or be...
Yeah. But, like, when our pets get so ill or, like, when they, like, break bones and they can't be repaired or whatever, like, the first thing the vets do is go, well, we're unfortunately going to have to put this pet down. But the fact that we're only just getting onto it for humans now, I feel like it's a little bit delayed. What?
You're like, kill them all.
No, but you know what I mean? Like, it's so cruel that, like, if you are fortunate enough that you get to a really old age where you are going to die simply from just old age or whatever, that you kind of have to live through that for so long. Like, even though you obviously never want your loved ones to die, is it really that great to live through, like, 15 years of them essentially just disintegrating?
Yeah. And I think, like, with my granddad got to a point as well, because he had battled cancer for so many years, that he ended up just being like, can we stop trying to fix this? Like, let's just let nature take its course, because I'm a bit over the whole process.
Yeah.
So I'm like, you know.
I've always wondered as well, like, just say people are in their 90s or whatever, and they are like that, where it's kind of taking over. Do you think that they feel like they have lived long enough?
I guess it depends on the person. Yeah. And I guess it depends on their circumstances. Because remember, like, them what was drilled into their head growing up was like, to live life to the fullest, you need to have a good job.
Yeah.
Whereas like we're like, no, we want to travel, we want to do everything, we want to go everywhere.
So
like,
maybe
I don't
we
think
will
that's
feel
in
more
there.
fulfilled.
Well, I think we'll feel less fulfilled because we won't be able to
Do
get
all
the
the
house
things,
because
yeah.
of inflation. We won't be able to travel everywhere we want to because things are too expensive. We won't be able to get the dream job or have the dream salary or anything like that.
So
I
the
reckon-
dreams were much smaller back then. So
And
they
more
would maybe feel more,
achievable.
yeah, interesting.
What a random, heavy topic to talk about. Did you know, by the way, that we learnt, thanks to our producer Elle, that Frozen, the Disney film, because obviously Walt Disney was frozen in the hopes to be resurrected in the future. I'm pretty sure he died first, though, didn't he? Like, he died and then they froze him, right? So that was a little bit different to this process we're talking about that's happened in Australia. But anyway, the movie Frozen that we all know and love, apparently that was meant to have a different name. And then they realised that if they named the movie Frozen, that when people Google searched Walt Disney Frozen, the movie would come up and not the fact that he has had himself
Is he frozen?
He's frozen, yeah.
What the hell?
And that's the thing, like, everyone would Google Walt Disney Frozen and, like, his frozen
Body thing.
body would be the search results. But now, if you type in
It's
Walt
the
Disney Frozen, it's the movie.
Ah. Let it go. Let it go.
What's that? We've just done a little Google. BBC, click that first link for me, please, because it says it's an urban myth, but I thought it was real. But it says, could there be any truth to it? I guess we don't. Maybe we don't know. Oh, I'm looking now. It's meant to be, it's like a conspiracy theory. I didn't even know this. And you know I love my conspiracy theories. I heard once that he was meant to be frozen underneath the ground at Disneyland. It says, while Walt Disney was a strange man who was definitely interested in the future and potentially preoccupied with his own demise, there is no clear evidence to back up the claim that he is frozen and buried in any kind of undisclosed location. The most popular rumour being under Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland in Anaheim, California. Wow. I didn't know that. I thought it was underneath his statue in the main strip, but there you go. Fair enough. Okay, I've spent my life believing that this was real. And now it says Walt Disney died on December 15, 1966 of complications related to the surgery he had undergone for lung cancer. And then the funeral was only attended by family. It was very small and private. Disney stated while alive that he specifically avoided going to funerals whenever he could help it, and he didn't want a funeral of his own. That was his wish. Apparently 2 biographies that were written about Walt Disney cited Disney's interest in cryogenics, but have since been widely discredited for their Okay, so this must be fake. This whole time I've been sitting here thinking Walt Disney is frozen under Disneyland.
It's a conspiracy.
And it's actually a conspiracy theory. Okay, interesting. Well, that's disappointing because, before this Australian guy, I thought Walt Disney was maybe one of the only people in the world to have done this. And evidently, I'm wrong. Check your facts.
Why is it so freezing in here all of a sudden?
Well, because we're talking about being frozen.
Is anyone else
Surprise,
cold in
bitch!
here?
Surprise! Bring in the cryo machines!
Is anyone else cold in here all of a sudden?
No, you're just getting haunted by Walt Disney's frozen ghost.
Probably. This is a grim episode of High Scrollers. It's not even October. We can't say it's like a Halloween spooky theme. Halloween in June. I saw another TikTok the other day. I'll actually play it out loud for you. I do have it saved in my favourites.
I hate when people
I
say
didn't mean to say that then.
I hate that. You know how you hate people saying just got back from gym?
Yeah.
I hate when people say use.
I didn't mean to say that then. It just came out.
Use.
Or use people. Okay, listen to this.
If your alarm clock didn't go off tomorrow morning, would you sleep past your alarm clock?
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if the answer is yes, which for many people it will be, then you're not getting enough sleep. No other species as well, by the way, artificially terminates their sleep. But we humans will do it. We'll wrench ourselves out of sleep. Truly, if you would sleep past that alarm time, then you're not done with sleep. Your body isn't done with sleep.
So I saw that and I had to favourite it and I had to mention on here. Whether that's facts or not, who knows, because it's just a random person on a podcast. But I thought it was interesting to know Well, obviously, we are the only species that artificially terminates our sleep. Like, think of all animals and everything in the world. They just naturally have a sleep cycle. And apparently...
They just sleep whenever they want.
Yeah, and then they wake up when they've had enough. Whereas we humans, like, if we're not waking up or sleeping further, it's because apparently we need it.
Right? I've got...
What?
Something for you.
Yeah?
Even though technically the species probably don't artificially end their sleep, there are alarm clocks in the wild.
Like roosters?
Rooster for the farm animals. So that's an alarm in
But
itself.
how's a rooster waking up? This is like the chicken or the egg. What came first? How's a rooster waking up? What's his alarm?
Well, the rooster is just living his life, and I don't think we should judge him. But I think he's an alarm for the sheep and the cows and things like that.
I think he is. But it does make sense.
But then they can just sleep whenever, can't they?
I've still got my theory. I know we've spoken about sleeps and alarms before did we speak about alarms and everything? Waking up that first time, yeah. So I don't want to go down that track again. The other thing that comes to mind with that as well is, like, I think as humans, we can definitely oversleep. Like, just say we don't set an alarm and you just keep sleeping and you wake up a bit and then you sleep more. Like, I think we can very easily oversleep. But I honestly think our body does tell us when we've had enough sleep because of those times that you wake up before that alarm, like we mentioned before. Like this morning, I didn't have my alarm set until 7. But at 6 o'clock, boom, my eyes opened. And I thought, that's enough sleep for me. I reckon that's your body telling you in those times when you wake up a little bit earlier. I reckon that's your body saying that's enough. But then we choose to go back to sleep. You know? So I don't know what to think of this guy's video.
I wish I could just never set an alarm. See, I'm thinking though, his question was, if I didn't set an alarm this morning, would I sleep longer than it or whatever, however you put it. So last night when I was going to bed, this is so weird that you've brought this up, because last night when I was going to bed, I obviously knew we had to film this podcast today, record this podcast today. When I went to sleep last night, I went, I could just not put an alarm on. I reckon I'd wake up. And then I went, well, I better put the alarm on. And luckily it did wake me up. But I was like, surely my body knows on a Monday I've got to get up.
I think it is like all about routine. Obviously your routine's a bit more out of whack because you don't have like a consistent go to sleep, and wake up time. Whereas I used to be that way too when I didn't work full time because I couldn't ever fall asleep at the same time every night. But now, because I do have a routine and I know all of our staff start at 8 o'clock every morning, like my body now wakes up when I never used to be able to do that when I was not in that routine. Like I think our bodies genuinely learn a routine.
Yeah.
Now I can't fucking sleep in on the weekend. It's like, boom, I'm awake again.
Oh, really? See, I slept in on the weekend and it was amazing. I slept till 10 past
I would love
10.
to. Every Friday night I'm like,
10
I'm going
past 10, I was like, this is amazing. I haven't done this in years.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wish I could do that every Friday night. I'm like, I'm going to sleep in tomorrow at age 8. Nah, boom.
You reckon?
Yeah, like you're in a routine.
Why don't you go and get some sleeping pills or something?
Because I feel like I get enough sleep. Like if I'm going to bed at 11...
Then why are you complaining about no sleep-ins?
Because I just want to one time.
Oh, okay.
You know?
Well, I'll give you some of my one of my sleeping pills.
But then I think I would feel worse. This is my whole thing. Because I'd be oversleeping.
To be fair, they make me feel absolutely ridiculous. Like if I take one, I've got to, as soon as I wake up, I've got to sit up.
Yeah.
Then I stumble to the shower and have a real cold shower.
Yeah, I had those
wake myself up.
melatonin.
Melanotan. No, this is a real shit, darling.
Melanotan.
I'll give you the ones that bring you to the brink of death.
Melatonin.
Oh, they're great. I pop 2 of them. It says no more than 1. I pop 2. I'm floating on fucking Mars. It is beautiful. Not encouraging anyone to take sleeping pills.
I feel like shit
but,
the next day.
You know, in the entertainment industry, as someone who is a DJ, a drag queen, a comedian, all the rest of it, sometimes you gotta run on sleeping pills and Red Bull, and that was world pride for me. You got to do that. You got to do what you got to do. So there you go. Highly recommend, but I'm not a doctor, so make your own decisions.
Well, that is another episode done and dusted, and a grim one at that. Yeah. I'm feeling a bit after that.
Same. We're
sorry,
liven things
sorry,
up in
scrollers.
Close Friends. If you want something fun, we'll talk about fun stuff in Close Friends this week.
Yeah, sorry everyone.
Sorry. But you know what? You know what to do. Subscribe, notifications. We upload every Tuesday, Friday, all the rest of it. Share it with a friend. Tell them how
How grim we are.
Say, I just listened to the worst podcast episode ever. You should definitely have a listen to it. It's all about death
and critical
dying.
thinking. We're making people think about their lives, and hopefully you will get out there and fucking make today awesome. That's the whole point.
We always say we're not trying to change the world with this podcast, but maybe today's episode we are.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love when you get deep and critical. It's really weird to see you do that, but it's good.
That's the shit I talk about all the time.
I know.
Not on social media, but like to AJ, the poor thing.
You're a little conspiracy theorist in your own, and you haven't really let us into that world. One day I'll extract it out of you.
All right.
Can't wait. Museums are fake. Anyway. Love ya. See you when I see ya. Also, I'm doing another self-promo, for the shows because my comedy shows are coming around the country in a couple weeks, okay?
Get your tickets.
And we sold out Brisbane. So we sold out 2 shows in Brisbane, put on another show. We sold out Perth, Adelaide and Melbourne. We put on another show in every city.
When are you going to Perth?
Yeah, there's still tickets for this Friday in Sydney, if you're listening to this when this goes live. So, get your tickets, come and see Dancing Queen. I'm also not going to Newcastle or Wollongong or Central Coast, so you'll have to come down to Sydney
Make the trip.
to see the show.
I did, people.
Honestly, it's like, get a grip. It's at 7 p.m.
Oh, that's
on a
way better.
Friday.
Not
You'll be
fucking
home
9:30.
before 10. Like, let's sort it out, people. Anyway, shows are selling out around the country, so come along. What did you ask, by the way?
When are you going to Perth? I really want to go to Perth again.
Well, come to Perth and we'll check out some Fate locations.
How long are you going to be in Perth, though? Is it
I'm only staying for 1 extra day, so I'm staying a few extra days around some cities around the country.
What about Perth?
Perth, I'm only staying till the Monday afternoon.
How many nights?
So I think I fly in on the Friday.
Oh, it's not long enough.
Oh, sorry, I fly in on the Saturday. Do a show, two shows Saturday night, doing a double header, which is crazy.
And then
2
you go
shows
home
straight
Monday.
after each other, and then I go home Monday because I want to go see some Perth things. Because last time I went to Perth, I was on a big national tour with like your Tana Mojo and your Nash Greer and all the big Tyler Oakleys and whatnot.
That's still not long enough. I'm not fucking coming if I'm only going for 2 nights.
All right, well, some of us are busy, so you've got to do what you got to do. Anyway, buy a ticket to my show. Do you want to give anyone a Fate discount?
Nah, I'm going to save it for another episode.
Because too many people used the last one.
Yeah, they said me broke.
They said you're broke. Okay, fair enough. You're not getting one this week. Anyway, doll, I better let you go. There's a rog and a frat waiting for me outside.